A 4,500 square feet sky mansion with our very own private pool right next to our living room, overlooking the sea view. It sounds like something that is only reserved for luxury penthouses in Dubai or Singapore, but this is actually located right here in Johor, and most surprisingly, is it inside one of the most controversial development in Southeast Asia. So today we are going to check it out and see whether this is a overlooked luxury opportunity or an expensive mistake.
I'm in the street, so this lady's like, big deal, straight shows like, make it this, make it that, like, don't lie, you know how I sound like. I'm in the street, so this lady's like, big deal, straight shows like, make it this, make it that, like,
Today we are at Nigella Park Mansion within Forest City, Johor. Only 136 units across 2 towers. Low density living with only 2 corner units per floor. That is less than 1% of the total of more than 20,000 completed properties within Forest City. So owners of the Sky Mansions over here belong to a very exclusive segment within Forest City itself. Before we start the tour, I think it is very important for me to position the property correctly. And this is not our typical investment condo, definitely not for someone to buy hoping for a quick flipping profit or maximum rental yield. It is a niche lifestyle product that is only suitable for specific type of buyers. So throughout the tour, I will not only show you the unit, but also what is happening in Forest City. What is so unique about this property, and most importantly, who I think this property is suitable for, so stay tuned till the end. This is what most luxury buyers will appreciate, our very own private lift access to our residence. It gives us that feeling of a landed home privacy feeling, except that we are now right elevated above the sea. As we enter, the property start to make sense. The unit is approximately 4,500 square feet, 4+1 bedroom, 5 bathrooms. That is bigger than most semi-detached home or even bungalow in Johor. So in today's market, especially in high-rising, layout of this size is extremely rare. The first thing that stands out is the scale of the living rooms, full floor to ceiling height, glass window, multiple viewing angle being a corner unit, and natural sunlight coming in from different directions. So it makes the space feel even larger. So talking about making a statement, nothing beat a living room like this. So the developer calls this a 3-hole unit because of its large size. So, and my favorite part of the unit itself is this large balcony that we have over here. Very spacious with full unblocked sea view. Unfortunately, the weather is not so good today, but from here we can see the Tuas second link. A bridge which is just a 15-minute drive away. I've seen some nicely done large balcony overseas where the owner transformed their balcony as part of the extension of their living room. If I were one day to own a unit like this, I would probably create a mini gardens over here or set up my small home office over there overlooking sea view, or even put a giant aquarium over there, which really blend nicely to the sea view. But although maintaining the aquarium might be more stressful than the property price tag itself. And now we come to the signature feature of the Sky Mansion itself, our very own private pool right next to our living room, overlooking the city view as well as sea view, which is extremely rare in the market. You know, when we always travel, we always go to nice hotel with infinity pool, but right here we have our own pool in our own residence. Most projects they will only have their private pool for luxury penthouses, but over here every standard Sky Mansions 4+1 bed integrate private pool into their design, which is really cool. And here we have the Forest City view. So strangely enough, it reminds me of the movie Rocky Balboa, you know, the famous quote, It is not how hard you hit, it is how hard you get hit and keep moving forward. You know, for years, people are waiting for Forest City to collapse completely. You know, a USD 100 billion failed city, when in fact only a fraction of that has been deployed so far. China capital control, COVID, political instability, we have negative media coverage, we have the developer own financial issue, and despite all of that, the city still exists. The streets are well maintained, people are still coming and living, their golf resorts still operate, and now the place has been designated as special financial zone with infrastructure and incentive continue to be introduced, and somehow the city just refused to die. So the unit itself follows a U-shaped design where the private lift is at the center of it all. So over here we have a large kitchen with premium Miele appliances. We have a gas stove as well as induction stove. So it gives us flexibility based on our cooking preferences. The space is large enough for multiple people to cook at the same time, so it is great for family or friend gathering. So for heavier cooking, we can have the area enclosed with a glass panel or sliding door to contain smoke or cooking outdoor. So from the kitchen over this side, we have ample storage space where I really love, where we can just keep all our dirty stuff out of sight. Every bedroom comes with ensuite bathroom as well as a floor-to-ceiling high glass window, which is really awesome. So for a nicely done out show unit like this, usually I'll just say it is nicely done, because I'm easily satisfied, but you know, someone out there might beg to differ. So here we have ample storage space again, and at the back we have the maid room as well as a separate entrance for better privacy. So now let's us go to the other side. And here our second bedroom with ensuite bathroom and a large glass window, and now come with a premium unblocked sea view, which is really amazing. Our third bedroom with ensuite bathroom and another large glass window. I can imagine myself from here, work from home, working on my laptop, while at the same time looking at the sea view, which is really cool. And now the best part is the master bedroom. So let us check out the master bathroom, which is large but slightly narrow because of its elongated design. So by the end of it, we have this exclusive bathtub overlooking the sea view. I can imagine myself, soaking in, relax and unwind after a long day, which is going to feel really awesome. In here, we have our own private walk-in closet, which I believe will be a dream setup for many ladies out there. And now the highlight of the bedroom itself is, of course, we have this floor-to-ceiling high glass window with full unblocked sea view. It makes the space feel very open and connected to the sea. So it makes me feel like this is less of a residential unit, but it is more, it gives me the vibe of a luxury seaside holiday resort. I can imagine myself waking up to this morning sea view every day, and it is going to feel really, really amazing. So let us get to the real talk. So somebody asked me recently whether Forest City property is good for investment, and my answer to that is there are better or stronger opportunity elsewhere. If our objective is to get the highest rental yield, liquidity, or short-term gain, Forest City is unique and the properties over here are only suitable for a certain segment of buyers. So first thing first, anyone considering property in Forest City should at least believe in its revival story. Even though we are buying for retirement or for lifestyle purposes, there's no point in buying property over here if we believe it is going to fail eventually. We have seen all the headlines surrounding Forest City for quite a while now. So a question that popped up in my mind is, has the prices over here bottomed out? So my answer to that is probably yes, because of all the negative media coverage. But someone might argue, the bottom price is zero once the place is abandoned. There is no right or wrong. It is up for us to make our own independent judgment. So the second and more interesting question is, does Forest City stand a chance to be revived? And from what I'm seeing, even though I'm not an expert, my answer to that is the probability of success is higher than failure. So let me explain. Forest City has been designated as a special financial zone, which is significant. So far, we have received 9 conditional approval and more than 30 interests shown. So that tells us something, because nobody is going to invest in something, and if they feel the place is going to fail eventually, there's also opportunity to anticipate capital from the Middle East. So who knows, one day we might bump into some multimillionaire or billionaire over here. So it represents an interesting opportunity to park our money in this sky mansion or landed home over here. Everyone should do their own research, but personally, for me, whenever I try to find opportunity, I will look at what the government is doing from the top-down basis. And now we are not only talking about one government, we are talking about 2 governments, especially with regard to the Johor-Singapore Special Economic Zone Framework. JSSZ consists of multiple zones: manufacturing, medical. But if there is one thing that connects all of them together, is what I call it a capital formations. Every growing ecosystem needs capital, financial infrastructure, or supporting services, and Forest City seems like positioning itself as the central of the capital hub. So there's a lot of things going on, but I'm cautiously optimistic. So once we believe in the broader story, then Forest City property might start to make sense for a certain segment of buyers. First is retiring or semi-retired, particularly if you're looking for a quieter environment, resort-style living, close proximity to Singapore, or with a panoramic sea view, or perhaps you are thinking about asset right sizing while still wants to maintain a premium lifestyle. In that context, a sky mansion over here might fit into the overall plan. Second is what I call it a trailblazer profile. To a certain extent, you have made it in life, but you feel bored when you hear about the usual luxury enclave in Johor, such as leisurefarm, Horizonhills, or Puteri Harbour. You always go against the norm, and you always want something different. And there's nothing more different than having your own private pool right next to your living room overlooking the sea. Third is whether you are a business owner or entrepreneur who is exploring opportunity in a special financial zone. Maybe you're thinking about setting out an office here, or to enjoy all the available tax benefit, apply for MM2H and relocate with your families where the international school is just around the corner. But one important thing is people always generalize Forest City property as if they're all the same thing, when in fact the offering over here is quite diverse. We have a 1-bedroom unit which start from 500,000, which is great for those who is looking to have a base in Malaysia with the lowest cost requirement to get a long-term 10 years visa, while the MA2H SEZ all the way to a large 4-bedroom unit. We have sea view residence that start from 1 million plus. We have sea view facing office. We have this sky mansion that start from 4 to 5 millions. We have 14 millions duplex penthouse that is still available. So if Forest City is a ghost town, then the owner of the duplex penthouse is the king of the ghosts. And we also have a 233 very exclusive landed home right at the middle of Forest City. We start from 4 million for a cluster house all the way to a sea view facing bungalow that goes up to 20 million. So there is something for every segment over here, but ultimately we need to believe in the broader story, the city that never get the light off. If you'd like to understand more about this property or Forest City or MM2H, just feel free to reach out. More than happy to understand your property plan and shortlist suitable properties based on your goals and preferences. Catch up soon. Till next time, thank you for watching.